job ain't finished. Your job ain't finished. Make sure you come ready to go this next week.
How about those?
Are you ready for the best Kansas City Chiefs insight? Welcome to the Four Guys in a Bar podcast, presented by Chiefs Blitz and sponsored by Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. If you're looking for a real estate expert, call Eric Haynes today at 816-729-3785. That's 816-729-3785. Now, here is your Chiefs Blitz host, Nick Athan, with Lou Montagna, Andre Tillman, and Hense Todd.
Welcome back to the next edition of Four Guys in a Bar, presented by ChiefsBlitz.com, your number one source for Chiefs news, information, analysis. Check it out at www.chiefsblitz.com. And alongside my partner in this massive project that we started some 16 months ago, Hense Todd with Bowtie Sports. You can check out his show every Saturday, 1 o'clock on YouTube at Bowtie Sports. They talk all things Kansas City. It's a very interesting weekend in the Kansas City sports scene. Before we get started and we start previewing the Chiefs and the Bucs, let's talk about the corporate sponsors that make the show spin. First up, that'd be my good friend, Mr. Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Real Estate Group. If you're looking to buy or sell a house in the greater Kansas City metropolitan area, give Eric Haynes a call at 816-729-3785. Listen, he did a great job helping my wife, Emily, and I find our dream house. It took 9 months. It was a long process. It was difficult, a lot of ups and downs and highs and lows. And in the crazy market in which we live in today, you have to have somebody you trust that has your back. And that's what Eric Haynes did for me and my family. So call him today at 816-729-3785. You can email him at esaleskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of Fact or Cap.
Fact or Cap debuts a little bit later in the show. Next up, my incredible wife, Emily Athan. Listen, open enrollment is here. It started November 1st. It will go to December 15th. So if you have an ACA plan, also known as Obamacare, and you want to take a look at a private option, or maybe your income is increased and you can't afford that plan anymore, this is what you need to do. For an analysis, give Emily a call at 913-215-9086. She'll take a look at your current plan. She'll let you know what other options you have, including a private option through United Healthcare that might give you the better benefits at a lower cost of monthly premium and lower deductibles. So call her today at 913-215-9086.
Emily.
Nick, love.
I do. I also love our new sponsor.
Buy a cell phone at Resell Electronics and save up to 25%. Our phones are pre-owned and in great condition. We carry top brands like iPhones and Samsung. Sell us your old phone and we'll offer you cash on the spot. Resell Electronics in Independence.
That's right, your one-stop shop. If you're looking for anything in the electronic consumer world, you need to check out Resell Electronics. They've got two great locations in Independence, 1214A South Nolan Road and down on 40 Highway. And whether you're looking to get a cell phone, tablet, laptop, game consoles, they buy and sell consumer electronics. So call them today. Tell them that Chiefs Blitz sent you at 816-886-7285. You can check out their website at www.resellwithacelectronics.com.
Resell Electronics.
Yes.
All right,
we love our new sponsors. We do.
How everybody doing? We got me, Bowtie, Hense. We got Nick over there in the corner. Got Lou at the bottom of the screen.
Let's go. Game day, baby. Let's go.
Dre with the Bengals fan or a Cardinals fan or you know what?
I believe both.
He's got a stay grounded cap on. It is a good day to wear a stay grounded cap with the election coming up tomorrow. So
absolutely stay grounded.
Thumbs up, buddy.
Yeah, stay grounded.
Be where your feet are.
Be where your feet are. That's right.
That's right. Stay where you planted.
Stay where you planted. So it's a lot that's going around the NFL. A lot of rumors, a lot of this, a lot of that's happening around the NFL. There's a lot of games that happened yesterday too. The Bengals look like, they were so proud.
Fantastic. Yep.
The Bengals looked really good against a really bad team.
Yeah, as they should.
It's the Cardinals is, just starting to turn it around. And then you got the the 49ers and Rams and these guys, the Rams game was pretty good.
It was a great football
The Niners
game.
were on a bye, but yeah.
Hey, right. He didn't know. He didn't know. Let me take this.
Demarcus Robinson.
If you let me finish,
Okay, let you finish. Go ahead. Go ahead.
D-Rob. Sean McVay has done wonders with D-Rob, hasn't he?
Man,
Yeah.
And I threw that.
That was my
comment,
guy,
I
man.
threw that comment out in the group chat. I don't know. It was like in the fourth quarter. He had made a couple of plays, and then he scores a touchdown walk off in overtime.
He's a
after they
touchdown
stopped him
machine.
on fourth down. D-Rob, baby, props to you.
Yeah, he was on the trade block. I don't think it's going to happen anymore. They need his
listen,
scoring.
Guys, can we give McVay some love with the Rams, man? He's
a chameleon.
It's something about him and his team. Like Stafford doesn't get a lot of love, but man, I respect Stafford, man. He's playing phenomenal football over there, man, with the Rams.
Can you imagine if McVay was the head coach of the San Francisco 49ers?
Shit.
They would be really good.
I don't know how much different. I don't know how much different.
But Kyle Shanahan, I mean,
I don't know how much different they would be. I just think I like the way his team scrapped. And I tell you, I've been saying it for the last few weeks, but if you look at their defense and all the draft picks that after all this time, F them picks and Les Snead and say what you will about him and how they built their team. But you look at those guys, those two kids from Florida State are balling. Jared Verse is he is the defensive rookie of the year, right? Braden Fisk is balling out. But if you look at the linebackers, a bunch of no names, the DB, the guy that the pick six for over 100 yards, rookie from the U. I mean, they're very young, right? So I think that's why they're a little inconsistent. And again, when they've got Cooper and Puka on the field, now Puka got.
You said Puka got eliminated, man. He got kicked out the game, man.
Puka took a swing at somebody. Now the guy was talking some smack, and as always, the refs are undefeated with catching the second guy. But hey, you don't throw a punch at anybody. Now it was a complete whiff. But yesterday the refs were on one. A couple guys got what's his name got kicked out for Branch in the Packers and the Lions.
That to me, but know what's crazy though, Nick? That is so crazy how like the Lions, 80 Hutchinson gone, Branch is gone, right? And they still continue to play at a high level, man.
Yeah,
Detroit, get the job done, man. I'm like,
Detroit continues to impress. Now everything that the Packers did to lose that game,
they did it.
Detroit did all the little things correctly, and that's the sign of a championship team. I mean, we've been seeing it for the last several years here in Kansas City.
Championship grip.
Detroit is getting to that, kind of on the edges of being that team on the NFC side of things. So
I mean, they have the best team in the NFC right now. They have the best quarterback as far as understanding his role, experience. I mean, he is Alex Smith times 2. He is running that offense in a very succinct, orderly fashion. He has a lot of weapons. They have survived the Hutchinson departures you mentioned, Andre, which is shocking to me. I thought for sure they'd make a serious run at Max Crosby. And then what's going on with the Raiders right now, letting go half the coaching staff. Antonio Pierce is going to be fired at the end of the season. Tom Brady's not going to put up with that crap. They honestly, they should have kept all their head coaches so they can get the number 1 pick and get Saunders. So I think you look at the Lions and that's a scary football team. They're playing well. They're well coached.
Well coached.
Dan Campbell. I mean, you can't not like this guy.
The crazy stat is last 6 games, 28 touchdowns, 24 incompletions.
It's insane.
It's just ridiculous. He's now, I think, Goff has like the highest completion percentage in any 6-game stretch ever in the NFL. 88 some percent. It's just ridiculous. And part of the reason I picked against them was they were playing outside. The weather cooperated. Jordan Love didn't. He was the one making all the mistakes.
And you said Jordan Love did. He didn't.
Couldn't hold on to the ball, whether it was snaps or making stupid plays at the end of the first half. But hey.
No, I'm gonna tell you what it is. Can we show Sewell some love? That the tackle from Detroit.
Yeah,
let me show that man some love, man, because that line, they dominate. That offensive line dominates.
That's one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. There's no question about it,
man. And you got Gibbs and
it's
Montgomery.
It's the perfect system. It's the perfect head coach. they will win a Super Bowl under Dan Campbell. There's no question in my mind.
Yeah.
That at some point it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Hey, a couple shout outs real quick. Before
they will go down as one of these teams that was just unfortunate to have to play in the Patrick Mahomes era.
Yeah, I know.
Kind of like Karl Malone, kind of like the Karl Malone days.
Exactly.
Man.
Yeah.
You're good enough, but you can't beat the mighty Mahomes, man. So
yeah,
most definitely.
So yeah, definitely. Hey, a couple things real quick. First, Kenny St. Clair for being first in. Appreciate that. Daniel, one of our paid subscribers. We appreciate you. Looking forward to 8-0. Paul came in as well. Paul, want to thank you. And who am I missing here? Ruben, you came in late today, man. What the heck?
Yeah, that's not good, Ruben. That's not good, sir.
What am I going to do with you, Ruben?
Inconsistency, sir.
No, we appreciate all you guys. Some of our hardcore blitzers. We appreciate your patronage, especially.
Ruben Hill.
And please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It certainly helps us keep the lights on around here. So we appreciate everybody's
keep the lights on for you.
That's right. That's right.
It was a Super 8, wasn't it? Or,
it was a Super 8. Yeah, we'll leave the light on. Tom. What was it? Tom?
6. Yeah. Tom Bodette.
We'll leave
the light on.
I used to do a lot of driving for my job, and a lot of driving at night in particular a long time ago.
Really?
And that Motel 6 commercial would come on all the time. And that phrase was just embedded in me.
Yeah.
And the guy became a multimillionaire because of that ad, because he got residuals every time it played. And I think today still too, they still use the soundbite.
How about Dave? The other guy, Dave Thomas was his name, from Wendy's.
Yeah, Dave Thomas.
Oh, Dave Thomas was a point of right. Like if you think of Wendy's, you can think of Dave Thomas.
He was the former owner too, right?
I think so.
Yeah, he was.
I think so, and I think Wendy was his daughter's name.
That's right. He made the restaurant for his daughter, Wendy.
Square hamburgers, man.
He sold
a long time ago, back in the 90s.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, they franchised, right? I mean,
yeah,
like
at the height of Where's the Beef. Yeah, I think that's when he sold the franchise.
Everybody kept saying that one day. Dre, you remember that? Where's the beef? I said I probably wasn't old enough to even understand that phrase. Where's the beef?
They got this thing called YouTube. It's pretty cool.
That's crazy, Nick.
I'm gonna check anything from the past.
Yeah. I'm gonna check it out though, for real, because everybody was like, Dre, you never heard of the slogan?
What was that old lady's name? Whatever happened to her?
She died about 6 years after that, I think. So
we got any football stuff happening on the show? Hense?
Obviously we got a big game tonight. The Chiefs.
Somebody said Paul said smoking a rack of ribs. Now listen, how much meat is on them ribs, Paul? Because honestly, I don't like ribs because they got extra a lot of meat on them ribs. Man, give me a thigh. You know what I'm saying? Give me a thigh.
Leave the light on so the cockroaches stay out of sight. Pretty good.
Daniel, what a boom!
That's
Where's
pretty
that sound
good.
effect, Hense?
That's pretty good.
How things going up there?
All good.
We all good.
Going over in
you all right there, man? You doing okay?
All the switches.
I'm doing all right. I'm over here. I'm putting a lot of stuff in. Hey, a lot of people
are saying pulled, all the knobs turned.
A lot of people out here said Tyreek Hill. You know what I mean? This rumor that Tyreek Hill's coming back. I don't. In the future, I don't see that. Maybe after he's getting cut or something like that.
Clickbait.
I don't see that.
I don't. It's too much, guys. It's like, come on, God dang. Like,
people. I had this interaction with a couple of people today. Like, well, his cap hit's only $1 million this year and 10 next year. I said, well, yeah, but you got to figure in the game bonus, a game check. So he's at $1 million this year and $1.5 million next year on top of what's owed him. That's guaranteed money.
Yeah.
So you can't. There's no way the Chiefs can do that. The only way they could do that is if the Bucks.
They didn't pay him when if you were thinking in that way when they should have. What makes you think in any universe that they're going to do it now when it's even more money? So no, I mean, it sounds great. It's cute. Oh, the Dolphins are out of it. They're going to trade No, they're not. They're not going to trade their best player. They just extended him. Why would they turn around and trade him?
That's the best player on that team. They're not giving Kansas no more ammunition, man.
No more ammunition. Are we going to go with the breaking news information first, Hense? Or are we gonna
it's about to go down. Come on, it's about to go down now.
About to go down now. Come on, Skillet.
Hey, what you talking about? Hey, I just put that in there for you. We can go in there.
It's breaking information. It is not breaking trade.
Sounded like a little Gary Coleman there.
Well, let's
what you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Willis?
Let's go ahead and get to some of this information that's out there. You know what I mean? Adam said over the weekend, put an article out there. You know, he put out article out there that's in, go ahead and read it, Nick.
Yeah, the Chiefs obviously have contacted the Saints as they've contacted other teams about players. Cornerback Marshawn Lattimore. Of course, Dennis Allen, their head coach, was fired this morning after losing 7 straight games after going 2-0 and leading the league in points. He's out. So Mickey Loomis is the GM, and we'll talk about this a little bit more here as in the show. But at the end of the day, the Lattimore thing makes a lot of sense. He's got a low contract number. The Chiefs could absorb that. They probably wouldn't get more than a 6th or a 5th conditional kind of pick for him. He's got 2 years left at $16 million and $16.5 million. So the Chiefs would have to renegotiate that number. And I think that basically it's a possibility. It's a strong possibility. I think he makes the most sense for Spags. It's just going to be what constraints Mickey Loomis has now that obviously ownership fired Dennis Allen and not Mickey Loomis. And Mickey may be gone as well, which I think is probably going to be a good move. He's not the easiest general manager to deal with. He has been known to change
the storm though for years. I think that he and the Bensons are in lockstep. I think he works for the Pelicans as well.
I kind of got a feeling they're ready to overhaul that football organization. It's time. I mean, everybody has to do it eventually. Yeah. And they are in cap hell next year. They've got, I think, 100. They're like almost 100 million.
It's been like that like the last 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, every year we go into the offseason thinking the Saints are 80 million over the cap, and somehow, some way they kind of get it straightened out and get it figured out. But I guess the bottom line is there with Lattimore for the Chiefs. I think it does make sense, money wise, because I don't know if any of that money is guaranteed to him over the next.
No, it's only $1 million this year, so it's basically $500,000.
So for them, it would make sense perhaps as a rental for the rest of this year. But is Loomis just going to say, well, whatever? Yeah, we'll do you guys a solid. Give us a 5th or 6th round pick, and we'll move him. I don't think he's in a position to make that deal. I don't think they're that far out of favor. I'm sure he's going to want a little more in return, but. Yeah.
Well, let's just say that the relationship in the organization between him and the organization is not great. So I think that probably is going to play into it. And the other thing too, as I mentioned, Mickey Loomis is I think the Chiefs had a deal with him for Andreas Pete. I think he was their starting left tackle years ago, and he changed the deal at the last minute. And the Chiefs had lost out on another player in free agency because they thought they had this deal done. So there is a trust factor there. And I think you have to be really, really careful in dealing with the Saints. And again,
with anybody, there's only 32 teams. And
yeah, what I'm
saying is if you screw over another GM, that's not just screwing him over. The rest of the guys are going to see that and say, do you really want to deal with this guy? If he's going to stab you in the back, the deal is done. It's basically just, okay, you send the facts to the NFL. We send the facts to the NFL. And he's like, well, no, actually, I'm going to need you to add this. And it'd be like, what? No, we're not doing that. We had an agreement. So
what I heard over the weekend is, hey, if something does happen, it will, happen by the time the Chiefs kick off tonight. So, you know what I mean? So I'm looking at, could they be right? You know what I mean? Hey, I feel like they are right. So if this happens, you know what I mean? Hey, this could be like the Chiefs and the Brett Veach is doing his thing once. And so, I
think you're going to see a lot more moves today.
I think maybe
because tomorrow with the election,
after the game, if history has shown us anything for the last couple of years, it seems like these moves get made in the wee hours. So maybe after the game, but there's plenty of time until 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock Central tomorrow. So I don't know if there's any advantage to having something happen before the game starts. It's not like they can fly the guy in and he's going to be ready to play. So. Yeah, if something's going to happen, it'll happen on its own time. But the nice thing is that the Chiefs are not a team in desperation. They don't have to make a deal to say, oh, now we're a real a competitor in this thing. Now we're a real, team. They're 7-0.
Sure.
2-time Super Bowl champs. We can, we don't have to make a deal. So what I would say to fans is don't be disappointed if nothing happens.
So
right?
So you feel like, Lou, you feeling like the Chiefs don't need to really go after a cornerback. You feel like who they are right now is going to take them to the promised land.
If they can get one on their terms, sure.
Right.
But I don't think they have to overpay to get someone that more than likely will only be here for 8 or 9 games and playoffs.
Well, that's most like on most of the other guys on the offensive side. No, Cole Hartman's going to be here for 8 more games. They ain't going to sign him to a 3-year multiple deal. And a lot of other guys is on the Juju Smith-Schuster.
But they don't have to give anything up. They don't have to give anything up to keep those guys. Is what I'm saying.
But if you're gonna go all in, go for the 3P. Why not? Right, Dre? Why not?
Go for it. My thing is let's solidify and be a dominant team, man.
But you're making this assumption that by this quote unquote going all in, all of a sudden this player is going to put you over the top.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a big and maybe a felonious assumption to make.
I don't think it's that.
There's really nobody on the market that is going to do that.
No.
Freeway, listen, Freeway. We're not getting no more wide receivers, buddy. No more receivers for the Chiefs. That's dead.
No. I'm gonna defend him. Adam Thielen is definitely on the radar.
What the hell? What?
Just let me explain. He came to Kansas City, had dinner with Beach and Reed and Mahomes, and they were working on a deal, and Carolina came in over the top with a 3-year deal because they wanted a veteran guy.
In free agency a couple years ago.
In free agency,
just to kind of lay this out.
Yes, it wasn't. I think it was last year.
Man, what else do we need? They ain't even the talk. Like Lou, the discussion is DB. We talking about something we already got.
Yeah, you look at an Adam Thielen now. You're basically talking about 50 Shades.
Right.
Justin Watson. I don't know that Adam Thielen, has what he had even 2 years ago.
No.
Now it's hard to say because he's been playing in Carolina,
right,
and the quarterback position has been a revolving door.
Right.
But he's 34, 35 years old. Is that something we don't have? If Juju comes back healthy, that's kind of his gig. That's kind of 50 Shades' gig. That's kind of Justin Watt. But Justin Watson has some juice over somebody like Thielen. But in terms of just a wide receiver, if Veach feels he can improve the team, whatever position it is, I think he'll do it. He's just not going to give up a bunch to say, all right, this is the move that puts us over the top, because I don't think there's one like that out there. There's not a great left tackle we can go pluck and say.
They tried to get Cam, and they were second. They were second fiddle on that trade.
This would make this. You damn right gonna spend some money.
This could make the big difference, right?
Yeah.
If you get
deal.
You solidify the left tackle position,
right? And this from John Harrison: Lattimore's contract in 25 and 6 require a payout of 18.5 million. If they traded him, they need to tear up that contract and resign him to a 3 or 4 year deal, which obviously is, I think, something that they would do. But listen, if I'm Veach, I make the trade.
I'm going all in. I'm making the trade.
It isn't a matter of going all in. It to me, it's a matter of
Lou. I'm making the trade. I'll get the trade done.
I know you are. You're playing fantasy
He can
football.
play 2 or 3 more years.
Okay, you're right, Freeway. I'll give you a little bit.
You're stacking your Madden team, right?
Whatever.
Damn it, hey, Madden is right. Hey, Madden is like the Simpsons. Madden is like the Simpsons. Damn it.
Hey, the last time the Chiefs, went after a secondary guy from the Saints, it was Tyrann Mathieu. So it worked out pretty well.
That was a free agency. They didn't have to. Again, they didn't have to give it.
It was free agency, but still.
Last time the Chiefs traded with the Saints, and they got an All-Pro left tackle and Willie Rowe. So
Willie Rowe was the biggest badass tackle I've ever seen play football in my entire life.
The best tackle.
Why not? I know a lot of Chiefs fans, as you can see, is at 220K views down there. A lot of Chiefs fans are with this move right now, and I'm with the move. I'm for it. I would like to, just imagine, Trent McDuffie, Lattimore. Hey, who's gonna pass on their defense? Who's gonna pass? So if you can build, everybody say yes, build on the offense. But again, the offense has not been playing well since last year. You know what I mean?
2022.
That's it. I think that's a matter of perception and opinion.
So you right now, our strength right now is defense. Why not just keep overloading? Add to it.
Shut it down and get another.
You got a pass rusher, Nuche. Now you get a shutdown corner to replace Watson. And if Watson comes back for the postseason, then they got another guy.
That'd be a plus.
And you got McDuffie out there who's in line for a big payday. I mean, to me, it's conceivable that this can happen. It's conceivable that Lattimore gets traded to the Chiefs.
Absolutely, yeah.
He gets a 2 or 3 year extension. They sign McDuffie to a long-term deal. They probably keep Watson. He's got another year or two before he hits, the free agent market. You've got some young guys that are playing really well for the Chiefs in the secondary.
Well, I think all those guys, this is their third year, that class that everybody's been a hit. Right.
So they have one more year after this. So the Chiefs have time.
Those fourth, their fourth year will be next year.
Yeah. So listen, I think you make the move. I mean, the addition of Uche is something I was really impressed with because, Dana's.
Right, so let's rework the question. What would you be willing to give up to get Marshawn Lattimore at this stage of his career?
I give up a third.
With the money contract, no. I'd give up a 5 conditional 4 in 2026. The Chiefs can't do it for 2025 because they don't have a 6th round pick, but I think a 6 to a 5 would probably get it done because remember the Saints benefit if he's not under contract for next year. They save, I think, $16.5 million in free cap space. So they're dead money. They're going to have some dead money on the deal, but they're going to save 16 and a half.
This is last contract then, right? This is last year, Lattimore.
Yeah, I think he was going to be cut. He's going to either be traded between now and tomorrow at 3:00 or they're going to cut him for next year.
That was my original thought, was if Loomis feels like, hey, he's walking next year no matter what.
Yeah, you get whatever you can.
We will take some value for him, and maybe that pick swap or a late round pick will do it. But I'm not going to a 3rd round or a 2nd round or 4th.
No way Beach is giving up that Titans pick at the top of the 3rd round.
Especially the age that he is as well, because again, I mean, he's 29 years old, which isn't old, but at corner, typically the way they've built
prime years though. That's prime years.
The way they've built this team is young corners. So
yeah.
It'd
be a risk. It'd be a good risk. It'd be calculated, and even if they rented him for a year, it's worth giving up a draft pick.
Goddamn right.
So I say
before we jump more into the Chiefs preview, let's get into Factor Cap. Are you ready?
My goodness. Strike up the band, Hensley.
Let's go.
Strike
up the band, Hensley.
Let's go. Fact or cap. Here we go. I'm going to read some crazy ass statements. And you guys get to decide, is it fact or is it cap? Now again, fact or cap, as always, brought to you by Eric Haynes and the Eric Haynes Group. So here we go. Even though watching the game last night and how pathetic the Colts offense was, Shane Steichen made the correct move and going to Flacco. Fact or cap? Hensley.
I would say cap, because you spent a high pick on Richardson. Why not? You gotta let the kid play and see what you got in him. And just like Carolina, you still gotta let the guy go out there and play and see what you got in him, because you can't just right now this coaching staff is killing this man's ego. 1 minute they put him in, 1 minute you take him out, 1 minute you put him in, 1 minute you taking him out. So I would say cap. You got to let this man play and see what you got. All right,
let's go, Nick.
Yeah, I'm the same. I mean, I think they made the right move in like a 1-game kind of scenario with Joe Flacco just to make a statement. But again, if you watch this kid last night and he was, ushering his teammate, he was talking to his teammates. He was the last guy off the field, in the first half and the end of the game. And that shows he's got some leadership abilities. He made a big mistake, and there's some people that believe that they're going to trade him. And I think if the Colts did that, that would be really stupid. Now, is he going to be an elite quarterback? Remains to be seen. I just don't think he's on the right team. But they can't go back and forth. They should make this a 1-game suspension, basically, and put them back out there if they want a chance to make the playoffs.
Coach.
Fact. I say fact. Hey, my man, you got to sit behind and earn your stripes, man. We got to see, do you really want it? Do you really want to be here? You know what I'm saying? Because you can't be quitting on your team now. So I believe it's a fact for me, right? It's a fact. They went with the best move. They just got beat by a good team, all right? They just got beat by a real coach team. Nothing to me, my eyes. My man made the right decision of moving on with Flacco because, like I said, Richardson's still young. He's still young. You know, he the promise is there, right? The promise is there. So, yeah, good move, man. Hey, he'll be okay. He'll be just fine. He'll be just fine. He'll be just fine.
All right. So, as far as Steichen's concerned, yeah, it probably is the best. He did make the right decision. I mean, I guess you can't, go back to, well, geez, you see the way Flacco played. There was enough garbage that they put on film out there to go around. It wasn't just Flacco. I mean, the offensive line, the receivers, I don't know. That was just an awful performance. I guess the difference between them and Carolina is not going anywhere, so it really doesn't matter. Where they believe they can still make the playoffs, so it remains to be seen. Flacco will suck it up. I mean, he's a good vet. We'll see what happens moving forward. But and Anthony Richardson's not going anywhere. They're still, heavily vested.
Absolutely.
All right. So the next one, last week, Joe Burrow publicly stated this is a must-win game. And he went out there and got it done. So by him saying that, do you believe that motivated his team? Hensley.
Him saying anything ain't gonna motivate anything with that hairstyle.
I
feel like this. I would say it's a cap because they still gonna lose no matter what. Even though they won against the Raiders, I don't see this team turning it around this year. So I would say cap. Their defense, ain't that good. So no.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Kathy as well. Cap. I mean, I think he backed it up. Now the Raiders suck. They fired half their coaching staff. They traded their best offensive weapon away. They have no idea they have basically no quarterback on the field. And I think the problem is, the Bengals fans have a big hole to get out of. Their schedule is not easy down the stretch. They've got some very difficult games. I think including playing the Bengals Thursday or the Ravens Thursday on the road.
Yeah.
So a short week, but
Amazon Prime, big time game.
But definitely cap.
Definitely
cap.
I'm gonna say fact because Joe Burrow is dialed in, gentlemen. He's dialed in. That team is playing at a high level, and you gotta earn it in the NFL, and he's been earning it. From the respect from his peers, everybody saying that Joe's injury, just that and the other, he's playing at a high level. It's just the defense gotta match it. He's playing at a high level. But to answer the question, though, yes, it was a big game. It was a statement game, and he told
Raiders. It's not a statement game. Sorry,
but he did what he had to do. They beat the Raiders.
Well, it doesn't matter. It
the
was
bottom line is
it's a statement.
The statement game is coming up Thursday against the Ravens. Then we can have this done. We'll have this conversation.
But you got to build the wins up, though, Nick. You got to build the wins up to get there.
The season was on the line, and he delivered.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Bottom line, five touchdowns. Now his one interception got returned for a touchdown, but he did elevate his team. So kudos to Joe for making that statement and getting it done.
Real quick, did you see that stare down? Do you see that stare down he gave his coach? You see that stare down?
He backed it up.
Sure did.
Okay. All right. So next, we're at midseason right now, and everybody likes to talk about midseason awards and so forth. We've got probably the undisputed offensive rookie of the year is Jaden Daniels. The MVP, though, right now, you got to believe just the way things are going and how the voting has gone in the past that Lamar Jackson is sitting in the driver's seat for that. So the statement is this. The midseason MVP is actually Jaden Daniels, not Lamar Jackson. Hensley, factor cap.
Glaze it.
Back, that's my guy. Other than Patrick Mahomes,
specifically for Hens.
But this is my guy, man. I've been rooting for this kid. Hey, I think the kid is the MVP and the rookie of the year. And hey, so I'll put it like that. So I'll say fact. I agree with you.
I don't think that's happened since the late Jim Brown.
Yeah,
and it's gonna happen this year with this band here. He turned around to watch the Commanders. That stadium was empty. Now you can't get a ticket there in the stadium. This kid turned this franchise around.
What do you got, Nick?
I'm all in. I'm saying fact too. Listen. Lamar Jackson played crappy one week, played great this week, and that's kind of been his motto here. In losing the 3 games that they lost. So I think for sure this kid is special. Just that throw, I will never forget the Hail Mary as long as I'm around with my mind in relatively decent memory range. That was just absolutely incredible. He's playing at a level right now that is fun to watch. Jackson, guys, I've said it all along. He's had a terrific year.
I don't think there's any. I don't think there's any.
I would take Allen over Jackson.
There is no gray area here, Nick. We know how you feel about Lamar.
Yes,
so,
I've made it very clear.
All right, Coach. What do you got?
Here we go. Man, I like Lamar. I like JD. Man, I think JD is playing at a high level. He is gonna get Rookie of the Year. But for him to get MVP over Lamar, I got to go with Lamar, man. I say I go with Lamar, man. Lamar is just getting it done. He's playing at a super high level right now, man.
Yeah, this is cap for me too. Jaden Daniels is not going to win the MVP. Certainly the Rookie of the Year, but Lamar is playing better than he played last year when he won the MVP. Right. And don't look now. And again, I'm going to get the glaze hose out. I might be hitting Coach up here, but if the Bengals somehow beat Baltimore on Thursday night and Burrow has a good game, he's sneaking back into this thing. His numbers are there. If they start winning games, it's gonna be a little hinky there for the other guys. But
dicey.
Joe's got it rolling right now.
Yeah.
All right. So right now we've got the Pittsburgh Steelers are 6-2, right? They're first place in their division and kind of riding high. Russ has them rolling a couple of games. It's looked great, but they've yet to play a divisional opponent. So that means they have 6 games. They got to play the Ravens twice, the Bengals twice, and the Browns twice, obviously. So the statement is this: Pittsburgh Steelers will still be the number 7 seed when it's all said and done. Hensley.
Gotta say yes, because Mike Tomlin been having the team there no matter what. No matter what, he still finds a way to have his team over 500. So I would say this, yes. And they probably the second most dangerous.
You don't sound too sure, sir.
In the AFC, they probably the most second dangerous team besides the Chiefs. So I would say yes.
What?
All right. So actually, this is a negative statement on them
this
because
is.
they're actually like the two seed right now. They're actually going to end up as the 7. So I don't know if that changes your thinking, but I don't.
No, it doesn't change my thing.
2-7.
Okay, all right. Let's go, Nick. What do you got?
I'm going to say Cap. I mean, I think they'll be the survivor in the division. I'm not sold. I mean, obviously, Russell Wilson, is not my guy either. But Russell Wilson's played well the last 2 games. Now they've both been at home. Next week he goes on the road. It's a different beast when you're on the road. So we'll see what he's made of. But yeah. 6 games left. I mean, even the Browns are not a sure thing within the division anyway. You put the Browns in any other game outside of the division, and it's a sure loss. But so it's definitely no fact for me. I think.
Okay, Coach.
Man, they're gonna be in the 7th seed, man. They're going to be in the 7th seed. Let's call it what it is. Because I don't believe I like them as a team. They're gonna make the playoffs, but they're not gonna be in the hot seed. So I'm going 7 because to me they haven't played they really haven't played in their division yet. Like you were stating, Lou, right? So you playing a team that knows you, that knows your tendencies, right? Yeah. So again, I don't know. I'm thinking 7.
6 games down the stretch. I've said it as long as we've been doing this show, and probably even before then. The 7th seed was made for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I'm not coming off of that. 6 and 2, little fool's gold here. I just don't see it happening. So I'm going to go with fact.
Yeah, I think it's too much pressure. I think it's too much pressure.
Okay, I guess we have a little bit more MVP talk here, and this is me being the fanboy. So here we go. Patrick, currently 8 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 85 passer rating. I mean, obviously, like the worst. I think the worst start to his career so far. I don't think it's even close. 235 yards per game passing, but he will because of all the tumult around the MVP. He's going to come on at the end of the year, and Patrick will be the MVP.
Hell no.
Fact or cap?
I would say cap.
Wow.
I like my guy. I love him.
This might be the biggest upset ever.
It is.
Oh my God.
I love him to death, but I feel like Jalen Daniels is taking that and just running with it right now. So I think Patrick Mahomes this year is going to miss out on it.
I had to throw a Chiefs one in here. All right, Nick, what you got?
Fact. No question.
Wow. Okay.
If he can win it with this band of
true fanboy.
If they can win it with this offensive line, especially the tackle position, if he can win it losing Hollywood, Rashee Rice, Juju, and they run the table, or even if they go 16-1, there's no way anybody's going to vote for anybody else but Patrick if he guides this team to the number 1 seed again. Again, they vote on these things after the regular season. Everybody knows what Patrick Mahomes is going to do in the postseason, so you take that out of the equation. But still, it's going to be in everybody's mind. If they run the table, he's the MVP, and it's not even close.
Man,
it'll be virtually.
I can feel venom coming, Coach. Let's go.
Hell nah, he's not getting no damn MVP. That man, the 89. We need guys that came out the mud this year to get MVP. Nah, Mahomes been playing bad, man. You know, Bo knows that. My man been throwing some BS, man. Nah, we got to give it to the man that has been earning it. Lamar Jackson, Jalen Daniels, man, my boy Joe Burrow. Guys are actually playing a high level at that position, man. You know, so no, but like you said, Nick, in the playoffs, yeah, he MVP in the playoffs, but not in the regular season.
Yeah, I think even if he comes on, it says, you know, let's say, you know, he ends up with, I don't know, 25 touchdowns, doesn't throw another interception. I mean, the numbers aren't going to quite be there. They're going to have a great record, and he will probably be in the running for it just because of who he is. But just because of who he is, and I agree with you, who was it, Ruben, that there's a little Patrick fatigue. So I don't think they're going to give it to him this year. So, but it would be a huge upset for him to come out of where he is right now to win it. That would be legendary.
Hey, Lou, real quick. I'm not, you know, guys, I don't say nothing about my squad, though. Kyler Murray, you can put him in the MVP race, too, because, hey,
man, you don't have faith in your own team.
He's up there. I'm going to throw it out there a little bit. I'm going to throw it out there.
You don't have faith
the mighty
in
minion, listen. The mighty minion is doing it big. The mighty minion.
All right.
Yeah, he is.
I think we have one more. Hensley, we have graphics for one more.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Before we get into the Chiefs preview,
we got the OBJ catch. We've got the Garrett Wilson, Michael Jordan catch last Thursday night. We had Devontae Smith made a ridiculous play yesterday. And then I don't know if I mentioned this to get a picture of it, and I'm just thinking of it now. But what Saquon Barkley did yesterday with the double spin and then the 180 hurdle a guy without even looking at him.
Yeah.
What do we do? What are we talking about here? So
that's somebody playing Madden hitting all the buttons.
Yeah, I mean, the statement is this: have we now become numb to these superhuman things that these receivers and backs are doing? That it's just now like when it happens, it's like, oh, look at that! What a great play! But it's like, are you kidding me? How does a human do that?
Man, Saquon Barkley.
I would say
fact or cap. Have we become numb to the greatness?
I would say fact. I would say we came numb as his greatness because it's one guy, And that's that man that made us numb. That man right there.
Yeah, open that box up.
That man right there made us numb to all the stuff that we see. Like, okay.
Do you have the other pictures?
No, I just had this one. I thought you said OBJ.
Man, that dude haven't opened them boxes of Wheaties yet, man. And
you don't open those boxes; they're sacred.
Man, you can still keep the box.
It doesn't work that way.
I say fact.
All right, what do you got, Nick?
I'm fact as well. I just think it's like 57, 55-yard field goals. We just come numb to the fact that,
until they miss.
Well, yeah, but I mean, look at the Buffalo kicker yesterday. I was 100% confident he was going to make that kick.
Yeah.
So, but you just get used to it, and the athleticism today is just so much different than it was.
Right.
And even when the original one-handed catches were Otis Taylor and Harold Carmichael, they started it, and then Randy Moss comes along. And then Jerry Rice, and just it goes on and on and on with these guys that make spectacular. Lance Allworth, Bambi. I mean, he was incredible with one-handed catches. So yeah, I think we've become numb to it all.
I definitely agree, but goddamn, that Saquon Barkley hurdle behind the look hurdle was crazy. That no look hurdle was crazy, man.
What's going through his mind to even think I'm gonna just turn around and jump? Like 4 feet in the air.
That was wild. I said that's some mad stuff there, bro. That's some mad. It is, bro. You were like, how did he do that, bro?
What buttons do you have to hit on Madden to do that with your guy?
You have to put the B and the Y.
Hey, Hense. It probably a Madden next year, won't it? the back hurdle. No, but that was a crazy hurdle by Saquon, though. That was crazy. But again,
because if you watch all the games, I mean, anymore, there's just certain plays, and even last night, watching the game, AD Mitchell for some reason doesn't get on the field much for the Colts, but that catch that he made on the sideline, how in the hell? I mean, these guys are just amazing, and it's just
the athleticism is crazy.
Yeah, and the being able to not just concentrate on getting the ball, but the feet down and just otherworldly. So hopefully everybody had a good time here with Factor Cap. That's been actually last week's edition on Monday because we had a little change up in the schedule. But as always, brought to you by Eric Haynes and the Eric Haynes Group.
Why Eric Haynes?
So that was Factor Cap.
Thanks for the backup, Coach.
I got your back, Lou. I got you, man.
So you back me up. Start backing us up when we're doing the Emily song, man.
There you go.
My voice ain't ready for that yet, man. I'm trying to get my voice together, man.
So with that said, let's go into get him Eric Haynes, and we're gonna go to the Chiefs preview.
All right, let's talk about our sponsors. We'll talk our sponsor, and then we'll preview the Chiefs and the Tampa Bay Bucks Monday Night Football in Kansas City. First up, Mr. Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Real Estate Group. If you're looking for someone who can help you buy or sell a house in the greater Kansas City metropolitan area, there's nobody I trust more than Eric Haynes. So if you want that incredible service and you want someone who's going to be there every step of the way, give him a call at 816-729-3785. You can email him at esaleskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of Chief Who?
That's right. Proud sponsor of Chiefs. Another proud sponsor is my incredible wife, Emily Athan. If you're looking for health insurance, give her a call today at 913-215-9086. Open enrollment has begun. It started on November 1st. It will go through December 15th. So that whether you're on a marketplace plan that might be expiring, or maybe you've got a private option that's expiring, or maybe you just want to look for the best deal with a low rate and better coverages and good deductibles, let her analyze your current plan and see if she can find you a better one. She'll take care of you because she's the one-stop shop when it comes to flexible health coverage. Call her today at 913-215-9086.
Emily.
And our new sponsor.
Get the best deals on new and used electronics at Resell Electronics. TVs, laptops, Apple Watches, cameras, cell phones, plus so much more. And if you're into gaming, we carry new gen as well as vintage consoles. Resell Electronics in Independence.
Hey, the holidays are coming up. Christmas will be here before we know it. And if you're looking for anything in regards to consumer electronics, cell phones, tablets, laptops, computers, TVs, home audio, whatever it might be, give the guys at Resell Electronics a call today, 816-886-7285. Tell them that the Chiefs Blitz crew sent you. If you want to check out all their stuff, go to their website, www.resellwithacelectronics.com.
Resell.
Electronics.
Right, resell. All right, let's move to the big topic of the day, the Chiefs and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Monday Night Football. Baker Mayfield versus Patrick Mahomes in a rematch of their college crazy game where there was 1,300 yards of offense, 13 touchdowns. I don't know what it was, but it was an epic Texas Tech and Oklahoma game.
That's for sure.
A lot of points. It was crazy. I remember actually watching that football game. It was just as crazy to watch. But the Chiefs enter the game tonight undefeated. They are a perfect 7-0. Is that correct? 7-0. Yes, 7-0. They have a comfortable lead in the AFC West. They've got a comfortable lead in the AFC, having the tiebreaker over every team. And but this is the kind of game where sometimes the Chiefs don't always play the best, and sometimes against lesser teams. And let's be honest, Baker Mayfield has lost 2 of his starting wide receivers, crucial blows to their offense. Yet he's still out there gunslinging the ball, all over the place, and that's just his mentality. So he is prone to make a lot of mistakes. I think the Chiefs defense can capitalize it. But, you're looking at this game for me, at the end of the day, I think the Chiefs are clearly the better team. This is a game about getting DeAndre Hopkins some high-level work, seeing what Uche can do in the pass rush situation. Get those young corners out there, get them some more experience. They got the Broncos on Sunday, and then the big game at Buffalo against the Bills in what I think will be one of the better games of the year, and certainly have the most meaning for the Bills, maybe not the Chiefs. But this won't be an easy game, though. The weather's not supposed to cooperate. It's not supposed to stop raining until like 7:30 or 8 tonight. At least that's the rumor. So it could be a tough first half. What's that?
It's gonna be a cream hunt game. You got the offensive line, Joe Tooney, Trey Smith, and Kareem Humphrey. Hey, those guys are gonna eat. Jawan Taylor too, and Morris. So I feel like looking at this game, it's the Buccaneers are without their 2 top star receivers. So and their secondary is not all that good. So I'm looking for the Chiefs to, come up to put up some numbers this game. I'm looking to be a nice game, but I'm looking the Chiefs to win this by a lot, by a margin.
I'm gonna say this. Good.
Back doing a good thing for a second game with the Chiefs. Go ahead, Coach.
I'm gonna say this, man. Besides, I think Mike Evans is out too. I think Arnold Goodwin is hurt.
Yep.
They're very explosive. Tampa Bay is very explosive, man. They're top 10, probably top 5 in yards per game. Running
before the injuries,
right before the injuries. And another thing, they pretty good on third downs. I believe they're number 1 on third downs. Their defense is top 10 too, because they still got an aggressive defense. But again, without your main hitters out there, man, it's gonna be kind of tough for Baker Mayfield to move the ball for us, especially with the lack of run game. So I believe it's gonna be kind of tough for them. I do still believe the Kansas City is gonna get this one, but it's gonna be tough. But do not sleep on the Buccaneers defense, because they do got some guys on the other side though. They do got some guys.
Not to interrupt everybody, I got a little news that they said they it's Ari Christian Gonzalez from the Patriots, but I don't know, man. This is going to go for it.
That's too much, man.
We'll see.
I seen that too, man. I said, nah.
I said that's what they said. That's what they said. I ain't want to get Lou all worked up, but go ahead and go and say
Lou turning pink red right now.
Who in the hell is they? I mean, what? I tell you what, we got a bad record. We got arguably like one of the top 5 defensive backs in the league. He's in his 2nd year. Let's ship him off to Kansas City, man. Let's just get rid of him. Okay, so this game tonight is, I don't know how different it's going to be, because Tampa still was able to move the ball offensively through the air. I mean, you still got guys like Sterling Shepard, Jalen McMillan.
My bad, John. 27th in the league, John. 27th in the league.
And the other piece is, Cade Otton has been balling the tight end. And I mean, we know, in certain games, the Chiefs have had some issues with big tight ends. So, that's another player, and they run everything through their backs. So you got Rashad White, you got Bucky Irving, you got Sean Tucker. That's been like a revelation. So you got 3 guys that can still move. They can still move it. To me, the keys to the game are going to be on offense because Bowles is going to have a lot of different pressures. So the biggest thing is handling the pressures and making them pay when they do send extra rushers. So that's going to be on Patrick on an offensive line, receivers that get open quickly, know exactly where they're supposed to be, and then execute. Right. I mean, that's going to be the biggest thing. Now, in terms of running the ball, the Chiefs have had a lot of success running between the tackles, but that's kind of Tampa Bay's strength. Vita Vea is like a rock in the middle of the field. You're not going to be able to move him. So where other teams have had success is actually running to the outside, which the Chiefs have not really shown the ability to do. So again, you've got a couple of opposing forces here. Who's going to make the plays? Who's going to execute the other team? So I don't know that it's going to be a close game, but there are some ways and paths for Tampa to make this uncomfortable for sure for the Chiefs.
Yeah, blitz package.
Yeah. Won't be easy, but I think in the end they'll pull away.
I think what's your score prediction? So, do you remember?
I don't remember.
Don't
you have them?
Let's go ahead and pull them up.
Let's pull them up. Do you remember the score predictions?
Nick got the Chiefs winning 41-17. Dre 21-10. Me 45-10. Lou 31-16. And Mango 31-16. I don't know if these two guys were sitting on the phone and say, "Hey, let's make our
They're in sync. They're in sync today.
That's exactly what we did. Yes.
Great. Score prediction in the chats. Put it in the chats. Let us know what your score prediction is, because I have the Chiefs actually going out here and D-Hop having a good game. You know what I mean? The offense looking a little bit different. Worthy getting more and more up on this offense. But hey, it's a lot of rumors out there. It could be
it's gonna be a lot of passing for Mahomes though this game because the run game.
Well, the weather might dictate that they run the ball more, but we don't know yet.
Yeah, I don't think that the recipe changes much. I think he's still, he may throw, maybe 27 to 30 passes. I don't think they really want to be dropping back that much with the young tackles and still not going to be able to hold up. And now if they're forced into it, if they're behind and all of a sudden he's going to have to throw a little bit more. But if they go in with a plan, I'm guessing the plan is not to really drop back more than 30 times. Right. Use Kareem Hunt, Carson Steele as much as possible. Get, again, that outside zone will be much. I haven't seen them do it, but if they're going to be successful tonight, I think they're going to have to. So
hey, I want to answer real quick.
Hunt can eat on the outside.
Yeah, I want to answer one of our subscribers, Kathy Welch. Did we bring up Hendershot? Yes, we did. He is on the active roster. He will be in uniform tonight. He will be active.
Yeah, got to be able to run 13 personnel, so you need that guy. Yes, absolutely.
I just believe it's going to be just a complete game from the Chiefs, like what we've been saying all season, all year. I mean, everybody going with their fair share of targets, but they're going to just play a complete game of football. So,
it seems like forever since they last played, doesn't it? It seems like it's been 2 weeks.
I know, right? It just like I tell people
that extra day is a killer.
We got a lot of Sunday games coming up, so I appreciate it.
You had the bye week, and then so that was a long time.
But though, I ain't
2 weeks.
I ain't gonna sleep on Baker. Baker is gonna take shots. Gonna take shots.
He'll take his shots.
He's gonna take his shots downfield. Like he's gonna test that secondary though. He is gonna test that secondary.
He's gonna take some shots. All right, it's gonna be some shots from Chris Jones into the ribs. So I'll put it like this, man. Hey, I'm ready for some football. I watched everybody else's team. I watched the Bengals look like cornflake team they are. I watched the Raiders, deplete. The rug got swept away from under end. I see the Indianapolis Colts play their game, and they don't know what they're going to do at quarterback. You know what I mean? They got a young stud that just don't want to let them play. But other than that, man, I'm looking for my Chiefs to come out tonight, like I said, 45-10. Look like to come down to put on the beat down. Looking for Patrick Mahomes to have a good game. I'm looking for a good defense to stand and the Chiefs to come out and take this game 45-10. Hey, it's football tonight. It's Monday Night Football. Hey, we got some of our guys in town. I'm going to try to meet up with them, a little bit before the game. Hey, I'm ready for it. I hope you guys are ready for it, guys. Hey, the football is back. I know I'm happy. I'm sitting back. I'm enjoying this game. and watch
Did it leave recently?
No.
There was games yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I didn't watch the game. I sat and chill with the fam, man.
Well, good for you. That's great.
I didn't watch the game. I got some updates. Other than that, I didn't watch it.
Yeah, you were checking your phone the whole day. Come on. I got it. I saw at least 3 skillet gifs saying it's about to go down. I'm not sure what you were referring to, but hey,
you got to sit back and wait. I was told to before kickoff. Hey, you sit back and wait, and then let me know then. But other than that, man, hey, that was our show today. We hit it right at
that. Was it? That's it. We're done.
That's it.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, let me shout out a few people real quick before we go. Daniel, thanks for being a subscriber. Kathy as well. Joseph put in his tweet today, or his message today.
Ian 16, is that a new one?
27. Ian's back. We appreciate you, Ian 16.
You want to watch a highlight.
Now, John Harrison had an interesting one. I want to make sure that I put this up here because I thought it was pretty great. Just to kind of find it. All right, here it is. Have you ever seen the story of old Vikings kicker Fred Cox on NFL Films? He invented the Nerf football due to the fact they never put an end date on his contract with the toy company.
One bar under the chin, number 14.
That's right.
Absolutely, man.
His family still receives residuals from the sale to this day. That is a massive amount of money.
God bless Fred Cox.
God bless Fred Cox. So we appreciate that.
He was a straight on kicker.
He was a straight on kicker. He was a toe kicker.
Yep.
Yeah. So Kenny St. Clair was first in. I want to thank Paul again, one of our subscribers. We appreciate you very much. Again, it's pretty easy to subscribe. Just hit the subscribe button. Kathy Welch was doing her stuff today as well. We appreciate her. You know, just all you guys were great. Ruben, of course, we love you, buddy. Vincent was in today. Vincent was still waiting for the custom sauce. So you got to make that. You got to make that happen. Get on the train with mommy.
Yeah. So Ian said goodbye to Ruben. So bye.
Hey, everybody be safe tonight. Enjoy the game. The Chiefs kick off, I think, 7:15 Central Time. It is an ESPN ABC game. So if you're living in
ESPN,
you'll be able to get it everywhere on one of those two affiliates. So enjoy
Joe
it.
And Troy, you got the Manning cast.
Right.
With Coach Belichick joins them for the first half. Always worth the price of admission. If you can put up with Peyton and Eli's shenanigans, you actually get some good stuff from Coach. So
yeah,
you
Coach,
can deal with those two.
Did you hear who Coach scored an interview with this afternoon for his?
I believe he and Jim Gray had the former president and current Republican nominee on their podcast.
Yes, they recorded it this morning between rallies. I was shocked to hear that. I think I heard that on what's his name show. I'm sorry, I'm going
McAfee. I think Coach said that Jim Gray has done this in the past over the years, so it's kind of a recurring thing with him. And obviously Jim, famous for that Pete Rose interview or ambush, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, Jim Gray's never one to, he doesn't fear anything or anyone. He will step in and ask anyone anything.
He is the Barbara Walters of the sports world. He is to this day still. I mean, I love listening to that podcast. He drives that train really, really well. And
there you go, Lou. There you go. I got something.
We got something. Here we go. Hey, it's about to go down.
Oh, that's right. They were one pick apart. That's right. Now it's very easily had that, if they swapped there, I mean, it could have been one for the other, but the Saints were going to take Patrick Mahomes. Sean Payton has already confirmed that.
Buffalo swooped in, or the Chiefs swooped in. Buffalo made the big deal.
Hard to think that they came from the same draft. Hard to think that Hopkins and Kelsey are the same draft.
She hit the moves.
That's me as a youngster. So
that's me back in
that wasn't me.
Yeah.
Though my hair was like that.
A little bit of a robot thing going on there.
All right, guys. So hey, everybody enjoy the game. Now, the plan is we'll be back Wednesday, 1:30. However, we reserve the right to maybe, if the Chiefs make a move on Tuesday, maybe add a couple more trades. We might throw in a
4 o'clock
show
Eastern,
to discuss
3 o'clock Central.
That's right. So just check out your notices. Check out our Twitter, Facebook. Again, like our Chiefs Blitz page, our YouTube channel. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, even if you just subscribe and to listen to the show. Tell your friends. Reach out to 10 or 15 or 20 or 25 Chiefs fans and send them the link just to subscribe to enjoy the show. We'd really appreciate that as well.
Trying to steal my thunder over there. What are you doing, man?
I know, Ian. I know.
You can't
got
do
a baller
that,
over there.
Come on.
Got a baller.
He's just he doesn't know what to do. He didn't bring the cube out today, so you know.
He lost the cube. He lost the dang cube, man.
He brought it to the guy. He brought it to the guys at Resale to see what they could do.
Yeah, that's right. Yes. Kathy, Bob Costas did retire from.
Whatever. So with that, guys, we'll see you guys maybe tomorrow. You know, maybe if it's
for sure Wednesday. We'll keep you posted
because you know why it's about to go down.
All right, guys.